we saw that control lock we took off, ignition switch was off, avionics power is still off. It's your radio master over there. Master switch we came on with, we checked the fuel quantity, we went ahead and put the flaps down as a step I added. Alternate static source is off, that's all the way in. So always check those to make yourself look when you're catching this stuff. Baggage door is closed, good there. Pump nozzle, there's no gust lock, there's no tie down. When you check the controls, see how vague that is.
Yeah.
Right wing, again, vague, but we checked it. There was no tie down. We checked the tire. We drained the fuel. We visually checked the level. We had it secure. Nose, we checked the oil. See no less than 4 fill-a-6 for extended flight, so we're good for this flight. We pull the strainer valve, check the pop from the spinner, check the landing light, check the air filter, check the strut and tire. No nose tie down. Check the static. Check the tire. We sunk. We check the penalty. Caps back on. Tube's good. Vent's good. Stall warning is good. No tie down. Filler on. The vague inspection is complete. And so here we go. We've done our pre-flight. Our seatbelts are still on. We're on. Our seats around. 3 H's. We're missing an H right now, but harnesses we've got. We know how to get out of hatches. Close doors. We know how to get outdoors. Halon, if we had a fire extinguisher, we'd identify where that is. So we're good to go there. Avionics is still off. Brakes are on, so we'll rotate the tops of the pedals forward. Breakers are all in. We got 2 rows of them.
He's going now.
Mixture will make full rich, so all the way in. Carburetor heat is cold, all the way in. Master switch on. We're going to prime it because it's cold, or hadn't been flown anyway. So your primer is right there, that far outboard knob. Push it in and twist, so you can open it up. It's just a little rod that engages that collar, that's what locks it. Go left, that's usually easier. You'll feel that rod passes the collar. You're going to need to pull on it too.
I'm trying to come out with
Yeah,
it.
you're trying to come out with it. There you go.
Okay.
Now, all the way out and all the way in about 3 times. Just give it a second. Give it a second. Draw. Pull real slow.
This is a fuel point.
Because you're actually sucking fuel from that point right there. Now one more good draw like that. You see that little barb on the rod right there?
Yep.
That engages right there on the collar. Once you go past that, it locks in. That's how it locks. Now twist it to the right. Try to pull it out. If that thing is left open, the engine runs a little bit too rich, and you'll hear go, taxi. Throttle, we're going to open at 1/8 of an inch. Remember how I showed you how to do that?
So I'm going to go all the way out and back it off at 8, right?
Yep.
Left and right.
And then hit your finger.
I've got to push to get it in.
Yep.
Oh, I see. I was expecting that. That's all right.
Okay, looks good. Alright, prop area is clear. I don't see anybody in front of us or to our sides. So we'll go ahead and fire it up. In the first place your eyes are going to go once it fires is that oil pressure. Make sure we have oil pressure.
Clear. Clear right. Ready? Ready.
Here. I got you loud and clear. Good deal. Okay, we're going to lean the mixture a little bit for taxi, so I want you to do it this time. We're just going to twist the mixture knob until you get a little rise on your RPM and a little drop, and then I'll show you what to do after that. So lean to the left. Now go back to 1,000, back to the right until you hit 1,000. Now about 4 more twists in. So 4 more towards Rich.
That's 5 right there.
Okay, that's perfect. Alright, so we're set for best power.
Now don't we
Good to
pull
go.
it out to total idle to make sure it's running, right?
We're going to do that after the run up.
Okay.
Alright, transponder is on standby. We're good there. Now we're going to have to add some steps because they're not on the checklist, but we do need to get our weather. We're going to do that on COM 2.
Altitude restricted, low approaches are authorized. Advise on this, contact you have information Foxtrot.
Information Foxtrot.
That's appropriate.
Waco information Foxtrot, 1751 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 23, dew point 3, altimeter 3022.
30.22.
Waco regional landing runway 1. Notice to airmen, runway 1432 closed. All taxiways west of runway 1 closed.
30.22.
Altitude restricted, low approaches are authorized.
Foxtrot Alpha, go turn wind 0304, left turn approved, runway 1 clear for takeoff.
Alright, we got Foxtrot.
Waco information
Do we need to
Foxtrot.
do the heading drive?
Yes. I'm just shutting that out so I can listen to it. Got 020. Looks good. Alright, last thing, flaps are going to come up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get with ground and get our clearance again, just so you start understanding what you're hearing. The big thing once I get his attention is going to be who am I, where am I, what do I want? And what I want is to go west under visual flight rules.
Okay, hopefully I'll hear your comms this time.
We got to figure that out. I got to get a hold of Troy. I'll just one message. I know he's been busy, but I want to figure out how to get the side tones. Can you hear my comms on the recording?
Whenever you're transmitting, I can't hear it.
On the recording, can you hear it? On the video?
No.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
Skyhawk 1080 Foxtrot, Waco ground standby. Skyhawk 1080 Foxtrot, their request, sir. Skyhawk 1080 Foxtrot,
Here,
Roger, runway 1,
Foxtrot, Golf
taxi
traffic.
via Delta. And are you looking for a flight following today? Roger.
Okay, we're going to go all the way down this grass line or around the corner to runway 1 and take off opposite of how we did last time. So let's go ahead and get it rolling here. Brakes are off. You have the controls. Go ahead and make a nice tight left turn. And you're going to be clear right. Be just fine. If you keep the nose wheel right around that crack there, then you're going to be well clear of anything on your right hand side here. Bring your power back and slow us down just a little bit. There we go.
Ground AC 2833, ready to taxi with Foxtrot.
AC 2833, roger, standby. Number 1080 Foxtrot, hold position. AC 2833, runway 1, taxi via Delta.
1 via Delta, AC 2033.
Number 1080 Foxtrot, you can expect that, sir, and just follow the Embraer out. Go ahead, sir. It is first come, first serve. However, when you're going to do a run-up, we just want to make sure we don't have any delays for the Embraers. Roger, that's why you're following. That was about a 5-second delay there.
Go ahead, follow him. That pisses me off. They don't have any more priority than we do, but they treat them like they do.
That's okay. Now we get to fly through his backwash, right?
Yeah, see, that's the other thing.
You can do your run-up on Bravo 2 or at the end, your choice. Roger.
Monday. So this guy is 20 miles north of the airport. Hadn't even checked on the tower yet, and they've got us doing 360s on the downwind waiting for him.
Really?
So it's kind of a crusade I picked up this week. Just like, really, guys?
It's like another beautiful day for flying.
It is pretty.
A little bit more hazy than the other day.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit breezier too. Wind's coming around sort of down the runway, but we'll still have a decent little right-hand crosswind. We're going to turn on Bravo 2 right here, so go ahead and start coming back on your power. And go ahead and get on your brakes and just start slowing us down nice and gentle.
Turn right here.
Yep. And we'll just keep it pointed at the hold short line for our run up here, just to avoid a bunch of donuts. So let's bring it to a stop and we can still see the whole short line over our nose, so let's keep on rolling. Via the checklist here. So we got the brakes on, doors are closed, we're going to leave the windows open for now. We'll go ahead and check the flight controls. Remember, thumbs up, ailerons up. And then look back behind you all the way up, all the way down. Now work the rudder all the way right, all the way left. Okay, we're good there. Wheels on both, so right in the middle. You can feel that wobbly little detent right there, but it is in the detent. Yep. Alright, we're going to go full rich with the mixture. And we're going to go 1700 RPM with the power. Go ahead and back us out first. We're going to lean by twisting left again, and same thing until we get a rise and then a drop. After the drop, bring it back up to 17 and then 4 twists rich of it. And that'll again says for best power for takeoff.
There's a rise right there, I think.
Okay, keep on going real slow. You get a drop next. Okay, back up to 17, and then if it'll take it, 4 twists in. There we go. Good, best power.
Now back to idle.
We're going to check the max first. You want to do that idle check. Alright, let's see what the max out for us.
So one click
Click left. There you go. And good drop. 1 click right. And 2 clicks left. And 2 clicks right. Alright, one more thing before we do the idle check. Let's check the carburetor heat on. We'll see a little RPM drop with that. There we go, and back off. Alright, P's and T's, temperature's in the green, pressure's in the green, ammeters at neutral, which is where we want it, and vacuum is still riding right around the bottom of that green arc, looks like. Yeah. And now you can do your idle check. All the way out. That's just going to tell us if we're excessively rich or lean, because if we are, we're going to try to quit. Or not, didn't quit, let's go back to 1,000. There you go. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and get the strobes and landing lights. We're going to go to out on the transponder. I'm gonna switch to comm 1 so we can talk to tower here. Alright, well, we'll check our checklist. So we went rich and then we went to best power. Trim, I normally do that with my killer items at the end, but since it's right here, we're gonna check it now. We're on takeoff, right on the arrow there. Throttle, we went to 1700. We did check the mags. We didn't have anything anywhere near 125 RPM. We saw a drop on carburetor heat. We checked the instruments and the ammeter. We checked the suction. We're back at 1,000. The radios are set. Autopilot's off. Air conditioner still off. Strobes are on. They got God's air conditioner today. Friction lock, that's just this knob right here. If that throttle got too tight for you, you could actually loosen it a little bit. I like it kind of tight because I got to move it on purpose. That's me though, and it's your airplane.
Yeah.
Brakes release once we're ready for takeoff. So now we've done the checklist, we're going to do the killer items just to make sure that everything's good to go. So again, come down here. We're on both. We are not off. We are set for takeoff. The mixture is not excessively rich or lean. Carburetor heat's off, so all the things that could really be boogers on takeoff are taken care of. So, it's going to be your takeoff again. You are going to have a right crosswind, and one thing that I want you to try to do, and it's counterintuitive as all hell, and I know it, you're steering with your feet, but try to hold that wheel into the wind a little bit on takeoff, and that just counteracts some of that wind drift.
Okay.
Same thing, heels on the floorboard, just sort of work the balls of your feet, look at the end of the runway. The pace you added your power at the other day was perfect. I'm real happy with that. And same thing, when I holler for liftoff, we'll go ahead and give her a nice gentle tug. Remember, once we're flying, we want that brown part of the cowling right on the horizon. Go ahead and level the wings. Use your peripheral vision to keep them level. And once we're in the climb, of course, we want to step on a little bit of right rudder so that dude right there stays centered. Okay? All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go have some fun.
System 108, 05 Charlie, Wake Terra, wind 0708, runway 1 at Bravo 2, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. To the right, yep. To be honest, do you hear that? The first couple of bars of the Top Gun theme in your head right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, into the wind with the controls, heels on the floorboard, no brakes. Right here with you, here we go. You can see those orange posts sticking up down there, that's the approach lights. If we aim towards them, then man, we are right on that center line. Power is coming in at a really nice pace, keep her coming, looking good. Excellent runway tracking, looking way at the end of that runway. We're going straight. We'll keep that aileron into the wind. Full power, there's our speed. Nice gentle tug. Here we go. There you go. Put your cowling on the horizon. Wings level. Hold a little bit of right rudder in there. Beautiful. A little more right rudder. There you go. Almost like you've done it before.
Now I gotta think, relax.
Yeah, let's relax. Yeah, we're here to have fun. I want you to keep the airplane climbing, but give me just a normal coordinated turn, wheel first, then rudder, and we're gonna fly right over the William Ben water tower there. Easy on the rudder. Remember, if we want to turn
Yeah, I felt my butt sliding that time.
Yep. Alright, we can roll out. We want to go towards the water tower right over here. Kind of put us out here to the northwest. Go. Send a message to that Cub student real quick while we're going to climb here.
information, Foxtrot.
Cessna 89er, 543, we can turn wind
Whatever
040
makes it
at
more
runway
comfortable to
1.
hold your picture, you can do.
Clear land, runway 1, 543.
Cessna 80 Foxtrot, about how high are you climbing today? System 50 Foxtrot, roger. Traffic about 4 to 5 o'clock is a Skyhawk is going to be holding over the vortex at 3,500. Roger, Cessna 80 Foxtrot, frequency change approved.
Feel like I have that death grip going again.
Yeah, just relax. If you keep doing it, I got a little trick I can use.
Feel like I need to keep pushing forward on it
You
though.
want to give yourself trim. You don't want to put the nose down, but if you can reduce a little bit of pressure in terms of holding that nose where it needs to be for the climb. See how it's a little bit low right now, picking up just a little bit right to the horizon. And I know your horizon and my horizon are going to be in slightly different places, but if you can put it right around the horizon to you, it's a good climb attitude. As a matter of fact, see how we're kind of following more than Bend Road?
Yes, sir.
Let's keep on flying that. That'll actually work out real nice. By the time we're at altitude, we'll be clear the sky is going to be flying a racetrack around the VOR antenna out here. Okay. Go ahead and show me level. So remember, pitch, then power, then trim. 1/3 ground, 2/3 skies, your recipe for level flight. Probably still just a little bit more nose down trim could be applied. We're
That's
still
what I was thinking too.
just a hair high on the cowling, but not bad.
Yeah, that's better. I can. Yeah.
Alright, see that gravel pit over there about almost 9 o'clock? Yep. Go ahead and turn us towards that. Just a nice coordinated level turn. Yeah, that I promise that rudder happy thing will go away. Just you're gonna have to be able to feel.
That's climbing again though. Here.
Yeah, picking that nose up just a little bit. We're just gonna fly towards the gravel pit there for a couple minutes here just to get a little bit further west now for maneuvering. Try to keep that right hand free for your power, so that, there it goes. As a rule, and when I'm in the right seat anyway, my right hand's either on the power or on my knee. Okay. Like I said, this control wheel thing was really a silly addition by the aviation industry, but we have to adapt to it.
You like the stick better, I guess, huh?
Yeah, to me it's more intuitive. You know, like I said, with the control wheel, you think about who they were trying to sell airplanes to in the 20s and 30s, and it's the same guy who's going to go out and buy them a nice Cadillac or a Packard or something, so they needed to look more like that. So they came out with these big, almost nautical-looking control wheels.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to guess about a mile further west here, and then we're going to stop and do a few turns.
That's why I was climbing. I had 50 more RPM.
Yep, it's a difference, isn't it?
Amazing.
Well, real quick, since we got a break here, we'll hit the cruise checklist. It's stuff that we do from a common sense standpoint, but there are some items we can learn to memorize. Power, they want 22, 2700 RPM. We're there. Trim, adjusted, mixture set. Hey, it's stuff that we did already, because we're already there. Alright, we should be far enough west now. Let's do a left-hand 360 back around to that gravel pit.
No bank? Is that enough bank? Or?
Yep, that looks real good. And if you promise not to stare at the instruments, I'll show you something real quick, okay? See that left wing is right there on that white hash mark? That's standard rate. You're going to standard rate without even looking at instruments. That's good. It ends up being just a hair shy of 30 degrees of bank.
Am I climbing right now? I feel like I'm climbing.
Nose went down just a little bit, probably because you thought you were climbing. Pick it up just a little bit. It's almost flex your fingers a bit. There you go. You have loosened your grip up a little bit too. That's a good thing.
Am I doing a coordinated turn right now?
You are. Ball center, my butt feels like it's right where it's supposed to be.
I just have a tad bit of left rudder in it.
Yep,
Kind of holding it.
Doesn't take much going left. The airplane really wants to go left for you anyway, so we're just kind of letting it amplify what it wants to do. Pick that nose up just a little bit more. There you go. We're about 270 degrees through a turn.
That was a pretty slow turn.
Yeah, it's going to be about 2 minutes for a 360 at standard rate. And it feels like it takes longer when you're the one flying. You guessed it, back to the right 360. Yep. Gotta keep your body aligned with the airplane, make sure you got rudder in there, make sure you're picking the nose up. Got a little bit too much bank in there, not by much, but just a little, so relax it just a bit. You'll see the more bank you put in, the more back pressure you tend to have to add, so that's kind of a good tell for you. Because the more bank you put in, the more wing loading you got. That makes sense?
Yes. Like I'm climbing again.
No, we're still nose down. We might actually even want to add just a little bit of power, maybe 50 RPM or so, because we're actually in a descent right now. I'm going to give the controls just real briefly here.
Your controls.
You stay with me, I just want to show you something. All I'm doing is just putting that nose where I want it, right about there for this turn.
Okay.
It's still all you, I just want to show you where it needs to be.
Right about there.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not the guy who's going to jump over and take over controls when I just want to show you where the nose needs to be. You see how you're letting it down again?
Yeah, I do. I see that.
How many more degrees? Keep that nose up. Reposition us for the next thing we're going to do. So here's what I want to do. Look to your left. Can you see Valley Mills High School out there? Oh yeah, left-hand side of town. Go ahead and turn us just to the left of the high school. And let's go ahead and start just a normal descent. So bring your power back to 2,000 or so. Let that nose drop. And show me that descent side picture. I'm going to have us descend towards that stretch of Highway 6 so we can do what I want to do next with you. That about right? That's good. So even though we're adding dimensions to what we're doing once we get down here over the highway, we're still, in essence, practicing what we just reviewed up here. We're just putting it into a little bit more of a practical use.
Are we good this way now, or?
Tell you what, let me find a good reference out there. Shoot, just aim at the school for right now. At least we got something we can see.
That's the school right there?
Yeah. Because the stretch of highway I want to use begins just to the left of it. But it still gives you something you can look at and descend towards.
How about that fire?
Yeah. I actually could be on W's Ranch. It's about in the right place for it.
Well, I've got 50-50 right now, right?
Yep. Looking good. And if you were to be on instruments yet, you would be noticing that you got about a 500-foot min descent, which is a perfect standard descent.
Gosh, I love this. This is so fun.
Especially when it's still pretty like this. You know, it's a little bit bumpy, it's a little bit windy, but man, it could be so much worse, and it's not. It's nice. Okay, so as we get close to the highway, I am going to take the controls. My controls?
Your controls.
My controls. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. I'm going to jog us just to the left of the school now a little bit, and what I'm going to do is set us up to cross the highway at 90 degrees. Get the highway there?
Yes.
We're going to remain in a descent probably through the first turn just to get us kind of to the neighborhood I want us to be in. But I'm going to take my first turn to the left as I cross the highway. And again, my goal is that I do not want to be wings level or perpendicular to the highway again until the minute I'm crossing it and going the other way. And I don't know what I'm going to have in terms of wind. I'm going to have to figure it out as I'm in the turn. And that's the beauty of this, is there is no constant. You got to fly the airplane and judge the conditions yourself and figure it out. So as I cross the highway, I'm going to roll into a turn. Now, down at the altitude I want to be at, so I'm also going to have to make sure I'm in a level turn, not let my nose come up or down. I got to be coordinated. Gotta watch the highway because I don't want to cross it too early, and I also don't want a real long wings level stretch either. So I'm level, I'm coordinated. Here comes the highway. as I cross the highway, wings go level. Now I'll roll into a turn the other direction. Now, this time, if I'm real steep with it, what's going to happen? I want to get blown against that highway. So I still got to watch where my nose is. I still got to stay coordinated.
The wind's coming from this direction.
Right. So now I got to watch this highway still and make sure that with everything else I'm doing, I'm not getting blown across it while I'm still parallel to it or something.
I see. A little bit shallower bank then.
Exactly. Now I may, on the back half of this, I might have to steepen it up to kind of finish it and sell it. But that's the idea, is I'm judging constantly, okay, what do I need now to make this work? So as we cross the highway again, I'm going to give you the controls, and I want you to make the turn to the left, and we're just going to zipper all the way down to about Baylor Camp Road. Right about now, here we are, your controls.
My controls.
Your control, let's go left. So we want to keep the nose where it's supposed to be, no climb, no descent. We want to glance at the highway. We've got to be able to judge that too, so this is not just to keep your eyes on one position thing. We're constantly looking around us. Well, it's just kind of fun being down a little bit lower like this working.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm approaching the highway, so I want to...
There you go, start rolling out, so we're cheated out. We got wings level just a little early there, right? So we got blown out a little far. Now roll into a shallow right-hand turn. Again, watching where that nose is going, again staying coordinated.
little shallower right.
There you go. Now if you get around here the backside turn and you think, well crap, I'm getting close, then you can always tighten it up to make it work.
Not really turning right now though, am I?
And now's where I start going ahead and racking it in. Just make sure you're holding that nose there so you don't sink when you're turning tighter.
Okay.
Bring it on around. Sell it to me. Bring it on around. Bring it on around. And here comes the highway. Boom. We roll out and we roll immediately into that next turn. If we get a little bit more assertive going this way, then we probably won't have that little bit of a premature early straight stretch there.
Too much bank or okay?
Whatever we need. The bank is going to determine the turn rate, right? And we needed a quicker turn rate crossing the road.
Alright.
Now right about here, it looks to me like if you keep what you got, you're probably going to be just about on time. What do you think? Look at the highway.
Yeah, it looks like it, sure. Alright, so I want to go early.
Alright, so we still need to start that turn a little bit harder. And back to the right. Again, keep this one kind of shallow. Watch where your nose is going.
Yeah, I
Keep
think
it
I've
forward.
got too much RPM here going. The problem is, I was like 2,300.
And if the nose got pushed down at all, it probably brought that RPM up a little bit. That tends to happen. You'll get a little RPM increase when the nose comes down.
That looks far.
Thinking a little bit. And rolling this one nice and crisp. Give yourself just a little more power back because you are sinking some. Other way, add some power. Pick that nose up. The harder we bank, the more back pressure we gotta have to hold altitude because we're adding wing loading. Going to the left crossing the highway, so roll left, and again this one needs to be shallow, doesn't it? Because the wind's still coming from this way.
Roll left now?
Yep. We're going to go back to Valley Mills.
Oh, I see. I see. Shallower? Okay. Again, I don't feel like I'm using my rudders very much, but...
Right. Going left you really don't need to. You feel that need to going right, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, again, go back to what I've said a few times, and in some ways a good pilot's a little bit lazy.
So we're going to S-turn all the way back
Exactly,
there?
exactly.
Okay, I see. Or what you were doing.
But whatever laws of physics we can leverage to work for us, we will. And one of them is in this left turn. There's no need to punch a bunch of rudder in there because the airplane's going to do it for you. Okay. Now this one's
a little early, I guess, wasn't it?
This will be the steeper one. And this will be a steep one to the right, so guess what? You're going to feel that need for more right rudder. Right. Bring her on around, sew it to me. There we go. Very nice. Boom, there's the road back to the left. Nice and shallow on this one. Lots of these little things like this, you almost turn into a game with yourself and get self-competitive. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Bring it on around, sew it to me. Boom. Good, back to the right. I think we got room for one more right, one more left here.
Gonna be the steep one, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have to
Crank it in, sew it to me. You feel you're just adding just a little bit of rudder as you have more bank, and it stayed nice, didn't it?
Yes.
And one more left. Relax just a little bit of that back pressure. That nose came up just a little bit high, just momentarily there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Still picking that nose up a little bit too much. Relax just a little. Alright. While we're out here, we're going to do our little low runway passes on the Valley Mills International Airport since we're out here and it's convenient to us.
Okay.
We're on our left downwind to it right now. I have the controls. I'm going to point it out to you right out your left-hand window here. So you look really narrow grass strip.
Oh yeah, okay, that little one.
Yeah, we're going to fly down that runway. It's a heck of a lot narrower than 119 is at Waco. It's marked on either side by some old tires painted white. We're going to fly down the runway. We'll look as far down the runway as we can. Use our feet to keep the nose down it. Use our hands to keep us over the runway. And start really fine-tuning that skill set for it. I'll make the first pass here, just sort of line the runway out for you and let you get the lay of the land, so to speak. Now we're on base here. Still got your runway? There we go. No idea where the wind's going to be from. We're going to evaluate that when we get down here. And it'll be somewhat in our face, but there's going to be a crosswind component from somewhere. Right now, I'm feeling it from the left. Alright, so what am I doing right now? I've got the left wings right low, and I do mean slightly. I got a little bit of right rudder in there. I'm focused the far end of that runway. As a matter of fact, there's a cow in the pasture on the far end, a white cow.
Yes.
If he moves, there's a tree right there. See it? And there's a power pole on either side.
Yes.
So lots of good things to aim at. Now we go around, we enter a straight coordinated climb, wings are level, right rudder's in there, and I give you the controls.
Right controls.
Your controls. Here in just a second I'm going to have you make a left 90, and then another left 90 climbing, just like we did at Waco the other day. Okay, give us that first left 90, keep the airplane climbing. Just briefly keep it climbing, take a look at where our strip is. And one more left 90 gets parallel to that strip, and when we're parallel we can level off out of the climb. Too much fun. Good flying airplane, you can't beat it. Alright, level us off.
Pitch first, then power.
There you go. Pitch power and then trim as needed, if needed. Right about here, go ahead and bring your power back to about 1500 RPM. We're going to get that carburetor heat on. Yes, sir. And you go ahead and turn base now. So one more left 90. Let her descend for you. Looking good. Alright, roll out wings level. Give us just a little bit of power back in. And then when you think it's time to line up, I'm going to have you turn. And somebody just put out some fertilizer in that field right there. You can smell it every time we fly over it.
Yeah, I smell it too. Overshot it again. Golly.
Work your way back over. Just keep it coordinated until you're checking that runway. Left wing slightly, we'll use opposite rudder to keep the airplane pointing towards that cow down there. Get us back over that runway. Work your way back over the runway. There you go. Now lock that left wing down a little bit of right rudder. Right there. That's what I want to see. Go ahead and go around. Full power. So what Aaron have you do at the airport today, Brandon? Oh, you have me buzzing cows. Awesome. It's a valuable learning experience, okay? Alright, we'll do it again. Alright. Right about here, make that first turn. To the left rudder, sir. Perpendicular, take a look back at the runway. Looks good. Keep that turn going now. Parallel, same thing. When you're parallel, levels out of the climb.
This airport very much?
It is rough as a cob. I actually ended up having to come out here in the Cub yesterday because of where the crosswind was, and I actually had a guy do his first landings on it. I don't like it for that because it is very narrow. Cub's wingspan is 35 feet, the runway is 40 feet. He did really well, but man, it's rough. I think they've had cows grazing it. Power 1500, flaps on. or a carpedon, sorry, carpedon. And turn base. Add just a little bit of power, a couple hundred RPM, just to arrest this descent a little bit. Alright, we're going to turn final a little bit earlier this time, right?
Yes.
Add a little bit more power, just so we don't have to worry about getting low over this house here. There we go. Now that wind's going to have a tendency to push you onto the runway instead of off. So if you'll go ahead and lock that left wing down slightly, you're ahead of the game.
Got it. So it's down, and I'm hitting right rudder.
There you go. A little bit too much aileron probably. See how you're drifting left?
Yeah.
If you're drifting into the wind, that just tells you you're over-controlling for your correction. You're over-correcting. That's real pretty right there. Alright, go around. We'll do it again. Yeah, I wonder if they get enough traffic out here to where these people building houses around it even know they're building a house next to an airport.
Right. Well, it wouldn't be a bad thing if they have their own plane.
Yeah, seriously, almost like a private airport.
Yeah.
First thing I'd do is borrow a roller from somebody, though. It really does. It feels like they had cattle grazing it when it was soggy.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's supposedly city maintained. If you come out here during the growing season much though, when they're having to mow the grass, it's like every time they mow it, it gets narrower. They move those tires in more and more.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that a remote control airplane?
Yeah.
Up there too?
Those trailers were there yesterday, and I kept watching yesterday, and I've been watching today. I don't see any activity over there. You know,
Like 1300?
1500 Carpedon. They're supposed to, you can go ahead and turn base, turn 90 degrees here. They're supposed to cease their operation if they see a full-size airplane, but you know, you can never guarantee they're gonna, so we always keep an eye on them when we think they're near. Most of those model airplane guys that are hardcore are pretty good. Yeah, they put out liquid fertilizer. See the tracks from the truck?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I used to fly remote control planes and helicopters and all that.
A little bit more power. Yeah, the guys that are flying the legit RCs, they're pretty respectful. It's the kids with the drones you gotta worry about these days that just don't know any better. They're not willfully trying to get in your way, they just don't know.
Left wing low.
There you
right
go.
Rudder. Gotta learn to steer it with the rudder, not the wheel.
Yep. It's just a completely different mindset when we're passing the runway. Now we're overcorrecting. We want to be over the runway.
Yeah.
Use that wheel and put us over the runway. The rudder isn't going to do it. There you go. Doesn't matter what operation we're in, all that rudder does is point the nose.
I always get it right at the end of the runway.
Yeah, you do. You figure it out by the end. Let's go around. We're going to do one more pass. I think you're enjoying seeing those trees come up.
Oh, is that at the end? More of a climb that you want? Okay.
No. And I'm not dogging you. You're taking your time adding power. It's actually good on the airplane. A lot of students right there would be shoving that power in, so I actually like your pace. A little bit abrupt on the roll out there.
I'm not doing a very good rectangle at all.
You're going to get plenty of practice with that, too. it's not like you have the easiest target to fly a rectangle on right now either. That strip's pretty faint.
Well, that's true too. Okay, so level out.
And I just haven't given you a chance yet to really have any out.
Do we leave this on all the time? Or?
I guess we did leave that on that pass. That's my bad. Just go ahead and leave it on for now. That's the danger of getting familiar with a type. You forget what model of a type you're in. Power 15, we're going to turn base a little bit earlier this time. Just wanted to add power and milk ourselves in right about here. You get so used to flying an injected 172, you got to be real careful and remind yourself, okay dummy, you're in a carbureted airplane now. Because those differences can get you.
Right.
You're going to overshoot a little bit, but that's okay. Just keep it coordinated on the correction. Alright. Overcorrect. Yeah, this is going to slide it on over.
Not really lined up though.
I'll put that right wing down. You might actually even have a little bit of a right crosswind here now. Just do whatever you need to do. Don't get married to having one wing down over the other. Let's give it one more pass. I don't want to end on that one.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That's the last little thing I'll teach you on that for today is just because it was a left wing down for 3 of them doesn't mean it's going to be a left wing down for the whole thing. You give it what it needs, not what you think it's going to need. We're not going to bring the power all the way back to 15, we're just going to bring it back to about 17, just so we're, again, I'm trying to avoid you having to add all that power on final. And go ahead and turn base. I think you do have a little bit of a right crosswind now. So drift yourself over that runway. If you lower that right wing a little bit, I bet it goes better this time. Of course, that'll require a left rudder. Look at the end. Stick over it. Stick to it like glue. Look at that. Not bad, huh? Not bad at all, man. 40-foot ride runway right over it. Here we go. You can just sort of, as you make your climb out here, just cross the highway and then make a right turn to fly the highway. Then I'll show you your next reference once we're out of this turn. Okay, cross the highway and then turn cross the highway and just turn to follow it. Well, let's go parallel to it now. Right about there, that'll work. Keep it climbing. Now that I got you pointed in the right direction, you can just keep us tracking right towards the middle of the dam up there. See it? That'll put us on a left base, so that left perpendicular for runway 1 back to Waco.
Okay.
Cessna 1080 Foxtrot, Waco Tower.
He's scratching his head right now. It's told me it's departure.
Cessna 80 Foxtrot, Roger. Enter left base runway 1.
You can go ahead and level it off now. I told him.
Cessna 80 Foxtrot. Wind 060 at 7, altimeter 3020.
Told me to depart the parent at Valley Mills International.
Well, on a scale from 1 to 10, how'd I do on those S-turns? Be honest.
The first couple needed a little bit of work. Then you got it figured out in terms of getting to the highway. You know, you had been doing it a little early on one, a little late on the other. You got that down, and then when you got that down, you got real focused on that, and we started getting that nose oscillating a lot, so we were gaining and losing a lot of altitude. And again, I want to stand by my word. I told you today, again, the focus wasn't so much altitude as it was picture, but you could tell that picture is oscillating. The good news is you get a chance to redeem yourself on that, because what I do after I put you under the hood for a while on the instruments, the way I bring your visual back out is the first thing we do when I bring your visual again on that same flight is come back and say, now I want you to do those S-turns, but maintain 1,500 feet while you're doing it. So you're integrating this with this and putting the whole thing together, and you're going to be surprised how easy it is since you've seen it once before.
I see.
The runway passes, that last one, beautiful. You just got a little bit married to that left wing down on the first few, so just now that you've seen that, realize those winds can change in real subtle ways.
I see.
And the airplane's telling you, so don't get married to, okay, it's going to be this way. Whatever the airplane needs, give it. And the primary focus isn't, okay, this wing down, it's just keep it where you want it.
Okay. Sounds good. But this thing has drifted quite a bit.
Yeah, they do, especially when there's a lot of power changes, because the vacuum pump that sucks the air through those two instruments to make the gyros spin is directly tied to the RPMs of your engine. It's like a PTO on a tractor. So just like your shredder doesn't work too well when your tractors are a real low RPM, when we slow the RPM down on the airplane's engine, that vacuum pump's pretty inefficient too. Well, the vacuum pump slows down, the gyro slows down, and we see deflection that isn't really there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We're actually going to do an entire ground on how those instruments work. You know, on your check ride, the likelihood is he's going to say, okay, which ones are this system, which ones are this system.
Wind 0608, runway 1 cleared to land.
And it's going to be really bare bones, but I want you to know how they work so that you recognize errors when they're happening.
This one's pitot-static.
Yep, that's the only one that's pitot-static. Most of what's going on there on the airspeed is that oncoming air is just inflating a little metal wafer in there, and that's moving the hand. The turn coordinator is electric. The middle two, like we said, are just vacuum-driven gyros. And then the altimeter and the vertical speed are both static. So they're just sensing the change in pressure as we climb or descend. And the big difference is this one's got a way to equalize and this one doesn't.
I read somewhere where if you ever lose your altimeter, you can
yeah, that's one thing you can do. Now, if I'm VFR today, I'm probably not going to do it. I don't, you know, I might not know precisely how high I am looking outside, but I know I'm safe. But I'll tell you where I would do that. If I was in the clouds, yeah, I need that altimeter to stay right side up. Now, you've got an alternate static source that draws from under your dashboard. See how these move a little bit when I pull it?
Yeah.
Just changing inputs. So that's your first line of defense, but if that wasn't to work and you were in an environment where you couldn't see outside, yeah, use the butt of your pocket knife or something to bust the face of this and it pressurizes the entire system. It's the cheapest instrument, and frankly, it's the one that's not required by law for VFR or IFR, either one.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's a lag instrument, so it's good information, but it's not essential information. Let's go ahead and go power 1500 carpet on. And let's see, 110 for 10 flaps. Let's go ahead and put those flaps down one notch too. I'm gonna have you line us up on the runway. We're gonna land obviously that way on the big runway.
So we're on an extended base leg right now?
Right. And then once you're lined up, I'll let you know when I get on the controls.
So for your side screen.
Go ahead and add just a little bit of power here. It's enough to level us, but not necessarily enough to climb us. There you go. I tell you, these vents are more effective than the stock ones on the new Cessnas are even. Okay, we're in the white arc. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of your flaps down. You're going to feel that change.
The power 17?
Go ahead and bring the power back now to about, let's call it 12 or 13, and that nose is going to fall.
November 4833 Tango, Waco ground, roger, runway 1, taxi by Delta.
Now we've got that right crosswind, so turning final early, you can see how it's kind of wanting to hold us inside. So what we're going to have to do now is go ahead and start lowering that right wing to get yourself corrected for the crosswind, and then put the left rudder in there, just like we were doing back there at Valley Mills. I'm going to take the controls, but I want you to stay with me. You did a real nice job setting us up. I'm just going to milk us in. Go ahead and idle the power. God, I love the way these old ones land. So much prettier. Little bit of braking just to make Bravo here. All we need, just a little bit of gentle braking. Notice I'm holding all the back pressure I can in there while I'm braking. Your controls, go ahead and turn us off.
Hey, Zero Foxtrot, turn right, taxiway Bravo. And November 80 Foxtrot, if you would like, I do have a Seneca taxi out on Delta. Can I just kind of pull out to the ramp, taxi by the ramp to give way to him? Thank you.
Alright, so we're going to keep on going across the ramp here. You'll cross that movement area border, and then we'll stop and get the airplane cleaned up just so this guy can come out on the main taxiway. Okay.
Seneca 33 Tango, that aircraft just ahead of you is going to cross taxiway Delta, taxi by the new non-movement area to give way to you.
Keep on going straight. And this dashed line here, we're going to cross it and then stop. And whenever we want to stop, we got the power at idle. Like this? That's perfect right there. Okay, so we're going to bring the flaps up. We're going to run the transponder to standby once we know they're up.
Helicopter 700, uniform hotel.
We're going to turn the strobes and landing light off.
Helicopter 700, uniform hotel.
We've already got our taxi clearance.
19er, clear for the option.
After landing, all A1.
Clear for the option.
And see, we found something here. Wing flaps up, carb heat off. Transponder standby, got it. So we got our taxi clearance, and we go. Go straight towards that yellow sign if you want to. Just keep it on the non-movement area here. Non-movement is anything outside that borderline. It's considered non-controlled. So they can ask us to do stuff right here, they can't tell us to. But they use it all the time for stuff like that, where there's one guy inbound, one guy outbound. That's smart control, and that's the kind of stuff that I was bugging him to do a while ago with Eagle. Where he could have just kept us rolling and said, hey, can you accept Bravo 2? Yeah, sure we can. Well, now we're not stopping and starting again, and everything just flows more smoothly, and everybody gets what they want. Caravan. Now you can dogleg yourself back over here, this center line over here, out in the grass. Take a nice hanger.
Seneca 33 Tango, go ahead. Seneca 33 Tango, roger, approves requested. Just hold short of taxiway.
Scott, this is Texas Zero, go ahead. Say again, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you very well.
Okay, I'll take it real quick. We'll see how that works. Okay, securing parking brake. We're not going to stick, we're going to push it. You'll get the avionics, then you'll get the mixture.
Alright. Ignition off, master off, control locked in.
Good deal.
Piece of cake, man.
That was awesome. Enjoyed the heck
This
out
is
of that.
such a sweet flying 172. I can't get over it. I'm gonna have to get you at least in the back seat of that S-Model sometimes so you can see what I'm talking about. It just, those newer ones fly clunkier than these do.
Really?
I don't land the 172 very often because usually when